Since we loved our experience at Brasseria, we've partnered up with the founder Alberto to create a giveaway which will be a dinner for two to also thank you guys for your support so far. All you have to do is follow Brasseria on Instagram and All Things Delicious on all platforms. We will then choose one of you guys and a +1 to experience a delicious meal at Brasseria. Welcome to Ep 3.
Welcome to Ep 3 of All Things Delicious.
Today we're in a restaurant called Brasseria, which is in Notting Hill. It's on Westbourne Grove.
And it's our first location we're shooting a podcast. It's very, very exciting. We're lucky enough, we met with the founder a few weeks ago and he has invited us into his lovely restaurant in Notting Hill. So Alberto, he is so lovely.
Yeah, he's so lovely. We didn't actually think we'd be able to shoot our podcast today here because we initially came to this restaurant when we shot our trailer.
Yes.
And...
well, we ordered 2 coffees and they came out with pancakes and croissants and I thought, wow, it feels like home here. And
then we reached out to the restaurant and we were like, you know what, we've shot our trailer here, and we're like, can we come in and shoot a podcast by any chance? They came back to us immediately and they were like, yes, come meet our founder.
Yes.
And we met the founder.
We did. And the restaurant here has a very warm feel. It's Brasseria and it's Brasseria Family, and it feels like a family in here. All the employees, it's incredible. We've never tried the food here. Never tried the food here.
It's Italian. Sam and I love Italian food.
It's our favourite cuisine, and we're lucky enough to be in the restaurant and trying the food. And Alberto's also said that we can go into the kitchen, which he cannot wait to share with you guys.
Also, it's quite funny how we're taking the podcast for dinner together.
Well, this is date night. We're doing date night on the pod now, which is great. Everything just seems to be done on the podcast. There's a few meanies out there. And
meanies out there.
I don't mind it. I think it's good that people have their certain opinions. But what do you think about all the opinions?
I just come across this TikTok of this girl.
Oh.
Who apparently knew us so well.
She did. She also knows the ins and outs of our
background.
Also my history of working. That I've never worked in hospitality, which I have. And she's given very strong opinions. And she said that we're doing it for views. But I think her TikTok was for views.
Anyway,
moving on.
I
do like your nails, yeah.
When you get your nails done as a girl, you spend so much time in the salon. And you want someone to compliment on them. And sometimes this was one time I spent hours in the salon when we were away. Sam picks me up after hours knowing I've been in the salon. Doesn't even ask me, let's see your nails then. And I was so upset with him. I go, you know, I do this partly for you. Anyway, now I go get my nails done. He asked me, oh, babe, what shape are you getting? What colour are you getting? Let's see.
I've learned there's a couple of shapes now. There's the almond shape, which is actually my favourite shape. And there's also the square, or the rectangle, I like to call it, which seems like an extension of your nails, which I know a lot of girls like that look.
I don't like square.
Yasmine had them the other day, and they were very long. And I did get the kind of Katie Price vibes.
They weren't very long. That is such a lie. They were just a bit long. They were like, you know, like the classic like almond look when they're a bit long. I just like my nails short. I'm a short nail girl.
These weren't nails, sweetheart. These were weapons.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to honestly show you a picture of my nails. They were not weapons. If you want to see weapons.
I've seen them.
Babe, oh my gosh, you just don't know anything about nails. They were not weapons.
Which happened last week, which I need to talk to Yasmine about, but I thought I'd bring it to the pod, is Yasmine decided to meet a random bloke off the internet. Yeah, she did. I woke up with Yasmine and I went in to go have a coffee with her mother, and I was sitting there and she said, can you come meet this bloke with me? And I said, yeah, I can meet this bloke with you. Who is this bloke? You met him before? Never met him before, but he's done some artwork for us. And I said, great. So now I'm going to meet a random bloke off the internet. My mother always said to me, never meet a guy off the internet, ever.
No. Okay, so actually, shout out Toby K Art.
Turns out he's a lovely bloke.
Toby, he does the most incredible artwork, and he basically DM'd me and was like, do you know what, I'm in London, would love to personally give you this artwork. So I was like, Sam, come with me and let's retrieve the artwork. Obviously, we've met Toby, and I go, see, Sam, sometimes you can meet random guys off the internet.
He was a sweetheart, I must say. Thank you, Toby, for all your artwork.
He actually did a lovely little sketch of our All Things Delicious cover photo.
He did. And I cannot wait to share with you guys.
Thanks, Toby.
I have another highlight of my week. It wasn't meeting the random bloke off the internet, but meeting
You said the word bloke about 50 times in one space setting, hasn't he, Ben?
Bloke.
How many times? I stopped saying that word. I hate the word bloke. It's so annoying.
Your mother said she hates the word bloke.
Don't you hate the word bloke?
Would you say I'm a lovely bloke?
Stop saying the word bloke. Sorry. It's so frustrating. It's honestly
another highlight.
You've caught us today filming a podcast when we've just been bickering. We've just been bickering. We need to act normal. We are in a public space.
We are in a public space. Highlight of this week would be meeting Holly Willoughby.
I'm sorry, not Sam acting as if he's met Holly Willoughby.
She came up to me and she said,
She did
hello,
not-
Sam. And I said, hello, Holly.
You can't. You said in Ep1, we don't lie on the pod.
She just said, hello, Sam.
She didn't say
I'm
directly
sorry.
to.
She didn't shake Yasmin's hand.
No, she didn't
She didn't
say.
shake Yasmin's
No,
hand.
no, she didn't say hello, Sam.
No, she didn't.
She
She
said
said, "Hello, Sam."
Okay, basically, can we put some context?
Oh, I love you.
I hate you.
Oh, I love it.
I really hate you today. You copied my outfit. It's so
No,
weird.
incorrect. I bought this new jacket yesterday. Can we do one thing at a time?
Okay, let's talk about Holly. So basically, we were at Dancing on Ice to watch Miles, who's absolutely smashing Dancing on Ice.
Can I just say, I've been to a few live shows. I've seen X Factor. I've seen a few others. There is something about watching Dancing on Ice which is gripping. The reason why is because there's so much risk. They could die.
Also, Miles, honestly, seeing some of his like reels that he posts on Instagram, I can't tell who the professional dancer is. He's just so good.
He's very good. I just thought he was a gym lad, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But he is a bloody dancer.
He's a dancer. Miles, if you're watching this, fantastic.
Well done, I must say.
Done. Woo.
Incredible.
And anyway, so basically, Holly Willoughby came to interview a few of the cast. And she did go over and said, hello, Sam. I'll give you that. But she said hello to all of us. And Sam now goes around to people and goes, I met Holly Willoughby. And she said, hello, Sam.
She was honestly... I was a little bit starstruck. I've watched Holly
She's
Willoughby.
stunning.
She is...
What
she's
on
not stunning.
earth was that? She is... You can
She's
say
very
she's...
beautiful lady.
Yeah, okay, but
Very
you don't need to
beautiful.
take a
Also, she
whole
had this,
deep
like,
breath.
She was giving me
Marilyn Monroe.
vibes.
Do you like Marilyn Monroe?
I don't know.
You're so awful. I honestly don't. There's some things that I read about you, and it's just like so upsetting. Like Sam is actually
Reading about me. I don't have a book yet.
I'm saying on social media,
Oh,
sweetie. People think that they know Sam so well, but you do give this persona. Like if I was watching you, I'd be like, God, why would anyone trust him? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is actually what I want to ask you, a bit of Made in Chelsea related.
Yeah.
But when you watch yourself on Made in Chelsea, do you think, oh yeah, that's 100% me?
But I don't watch it back.
You do, sweetie.
that's
oh
my
God.
first lie on
Sam,
the pod.
No. Sam's lied multiple times on this pod. Sam does watch it back. He sits with me and goes, oh, let's look at this scene. He skips past everyone else's scene and just watches his scene. He always wants to know what I said behind his back. I want to know what he said behind my back.
Lovely things.
Lovely thing. Oh, no way. Actually, you say lovely things, but other people don't say lovely things about us. But basically, when I watch myself in Made in Chelsea, I'd sometimes think...
Also, just hold the phone for 1 second. You love watching yourself back, sweetie.
No, I don't love it because I want to know when it's like a lot of like a drama-fueled scene. I want to watch it, see how it's been edited.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I'm watching myself in Made in Chelsea or on a conversation, I sometimes just don't like. I like watch myself and I'm like, oh no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're not claiming that we're food experts or food critics. Maybe we should do a food critic.
Listen, I've had a lot of meals. I think I'm pretty much a food critic.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Going back to something.
Yeah.
Have you copied my outfit? Because I've noticed that you are in green.
I bought this jacket last night. I jumped in Yasmin politely picked me up from the station because I came from the country.
You need to get a driving license so bad. I honestly had to go. The reason why we're bickering actually today, Sam, let me speak.
Sorry.
The reason why we've had a slight bicker today is because I had to drive, I had to find the parking. Yeah, I was stalling around. I called Sam, and I was just saying, do you know what? This is ridiculous now. I was like, just get your driving license because I can't be a personal chauffeur to you, sweetie.
Why drive? You can be driven.
Honestly, I want to leave this podcast right now. You're annoying me so much.
Why?
Why drive when you want to be driven?
At least you got the call up. I'm not an Uber driver. But I admit, I do need to pass my driver license. I know Carolyn.
Don't get upset with me.
Anyway, Yasmin is starting a period today, and she has been yapping at me. We're on our sick.
Can we say it a bit nicer? Yasmin started her time of the
Yasmin
month.
has started her time of the month. And normally, I must say, Yasmin never has a really bad time in the month. Yasmin has the capability of lighting up the Albert Hall every day. She's always happy. But today, I mean, yeah, it's been a real interest. I've had to bite my lip. It's a little secret, she wrote on her notes, and was on the notes, nothing on the notes, just, I hate you.
Sometimes it sounds annoying. I'll text him, like, anyway, the reason why you've really upset me today is because he then proceeded to read it out in front of everyone. And I just went even more ballistic. I go, if you're annoyed at me, I'd never tell anyone. Yeah. Whereas when I'm annoyed at you have this tendency to tell everyone. You tell even the chef behind the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's on the news. It's really annoying. You need to stop this because otherwise I'll tell everyone about when you get annoyed, honey.
Okay, honey.
One of my favourite things about you is that you never have mood swings, but the time you have the worst mood swings is
bed.
at night. I'll call Sam and I'll have a question to ask him. He'll be like, I'm just exhausted. I want to go to bed. And then I was like, oh my God, you do have mood swings. It's honestly before bed.
Yeah.
It's really
I have
interesting.
to say, I wouldn't say I've worked hard all my life, but recently I'm working incredibly hard. I have a houseplant company as well. We're doing a podcast together, also filming in Chelsea. There's so much stuff going on. And for me, I need sleep. And without sleep, I am moody. And I have been a little bit snappy to Yasmin recently.
Can you be a bit nice to me on the podcast? You've been nothing but horrible.
I've said that your smile could light up the Albert Hall. What more do you want?
That is really nice.
Yeah, I love you so much. You know that.
I do a lot of work like at night as well. So sometimes I'm asking Sam logistical questions and he just doesn't want to know anything. He doesn't listen to me. He'll go, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, but then what happens is I'd be a little bit snappy and not my nice self. And then I would
He calls me back.
I call her back saying, I'm really sorry. I love you so much.
He'll call me back after like half an hour and I go, thought you were sleeping. He goes, yeah, but I couldn't sleep because I felt really bad that I was a bit snappy to you before bed. So I was just up the whole time thinking about my snappiness. So I need to call you. And then anyway, I go in a mood and I go, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, good night. Sleep well.
This, I can't, if me and Yasmin are not in love before I go to bed, I cannot sleep whatsoever. I don't know if anyone else has that. But I can't sleep when we're not just love each other.
Anyway,
It's stunning today, I must say. Green is your colour.
Also, I have something to say to you, actually.
Come on.
I must say, your skin's looking great.
Oh, well, you know what?
Your skin's looking really... Because of my time of the month, my skin's not looking good.
Okay, so I'll be honest. I have really struggled with my skin recently. And the other day, I don't know why I've been getting them. I've been running around trying to do too much at once, been a little bit more stressed out. But does anyone have this when they have a pimple or spot or whatever you like to call them?
I don't like the word pimple.
I don't like it either, but I just said it just for the crowd. But you know when you have it in your face, and I sometimes don't want to go out in public. I've become a little bit insecure when I have pimples on my face. And I had 3 spots on my cheeks, and I had to go film for Bella, my houseplant company, and I was there and I was like, this is the most daunting thing ever. I think I understand what you mean now.
What do you... So it's interesting you say that. Do you get quite... If you have spots on your face, do you think about it? Because some guys don't even care.
Completely. But yeah, it does affect me, for sure.
A lot of my skincare has gone.
So me and Yasmin had a lovely 3-week sleepover whilst we're setting up this podcast, and it was the most... I couldn't have asked for a better start to the year. It was like Christmas Day every day. I was running into the kitchen, hugs with her mother, and we're chatting and coffees, and we're doing so much together, and it was so exciting. But one of my favourite parts is when you walk into Yasmin's bathroom and you open the doors, and there is just creams, serums, oils, and I'm there, it's like, oh... I I've tried all sorts.
Honestly, I sometimes think, I say to Sam, I go, what are you doing in my bathroom? And I come in, he's got oils on his face. He smells like roses. And I go, what on earth have you done in my bathroom? He goes, I've been just using all your creams. And do you realise Tatcha, is a very expensive skincare brand.
Oh, it's delicious.
Honestly, he used so much of it that I made Sam buy me a new Tatcha pot. But guess what? Now they've added me to their PR list.
I bought her, and then literally 3 weeks later, she said, "Sam, I just got a package from Tatcha." I was thinking, oh, fantastic.
But I made him buy me a new cream because he used the whole tub.
Can I just also say for the blokes out there who...
Blokes?
Sorry, for the guys out there who also like using their girlfriend's creams, a bit weird. But can I recommend something for shaving? I don't shave anymore, so I'm growing a beard.
This is awful.
The Elemis Cleansing Balm.
This is so annoying.
Wowee.
Sorry.
It's sticky. It clicks, you shave, and it's just, it's so soft. I did a tub of that in Australia, and I had to buy her another tub.
Girls, if you're watching this, think about the horror when you walk, open your nice Elemis cleansing balm. You've got like a bit of dribble of water in there, and I scream. I go, Sam, what on earth have you done with my Elemis cleansing balm? He goes, babe, it's so good for shaving.
Yeah, there is something. I love your creams. Thank you so much.
Anyway,
but
enough cream chat.
I've never known Yasmin is an influencer. Yasmin
I hate that word. Can we stop calling... I don't like that word, influencer.
Yasmin is a reality star.
No. I hate that even more, Sam.
Yasmin is a beautiful goddess. Is that better?
Yeah.
But she gets sent all these beautiful creams. Sometimes I wish I was a bloody girl.
It's sometimes great because sometimes I give them to my friends.
Yeah, or your boyfriend.
Since we're obviously in a restaurant, is there something in a restaurant that you would never order, that you think it's so easy to cook that it's something you would never order?
I know what you mean. When I feel like it's very easy to cook, I wouldn't order it.
Like looking at this menu, I would always go for like the pasta dish that I don't really know how to cook.
Do you when you go out for breakfast and someone orders a bacon sandwich? I think I could probably make that at home, mate. But I want the bloody eggs Benedict, like something a little bit more spicy.
Yeah, like the hollandaise sauce.
Yeah, like you can't get that. I can't make that myself.
Well, you should learn.
Like, can I just have a bacon bat? No. I want something sophisticated that I have to go out to
like
have.
eggs royale with some nice smoked salmon with some avocado, when the avocado is not, too hard. It's very like perfectly ripe, and it's green. There's not a brown spot on site. Dream.
If you were a breakfast or a brunch, what dish would you be?
I think I'd be a creamy scrambled eggs with smoked salmon. Like I said, a nice green avocado, and maybe a bit too much pepper because sometimes I don't always make the right decisions.
That sounds hot. I'd eat that.
What about you?
I think I'd probably be in an eggs royale.
I think our seasoning, both of our seasoning, will be slightly off.
Yes.
Because we're sometimes slightly off in our life choices.
Slightly off.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think our seasoning would be perfect.
Yeah. You're perfect though.
What would you be as a pasta dish?
I'd probably be a carbonara because it's my favourite dish. Creamy is just, man.
I would say I'm a vongole.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like white wine, parsley, garlic, a bit of clam, salty.
You have got a spice to you.
Anyone that's not watching this and is listening to this restaurant is stunning. It gives this like Paris feel.
It does.
It's got a Paris feel to it. I feel like I'm on holiday. I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. I want to have breakfast here. I want to have lunch here. I want to have dinner. It's got the most stunning decor, and the lights. It's got that like nice warm orangey light to it.
I have this feel here. We've never tried a main course here. We've had a few breakfast bits, which I'm so excited to try with Yazzie on our date day. But this restaurant, I don't want to leave.
No.
It has this huge sense of warmth, and everything from the decor to everything to the staff here are just so lovely. We walked in and we've come in here once before. They remembered our names. They said, "Hi, Yas and Sam." And I said, "Hi."
I felt so bad because I didn't remember her name, so I asked kindly Alberto. I was like, "What's her name?" And it's Kate.
So Kate, thank you so much for your coffees. They're delicious.
Sam, should we try and get Alberto now on the pod? So we're actually lucky enough to get Alberto on the podcast quickly. We were like, can we please have you on and ask you a few questions? So he's just joined us.
Hi everyone.
Hello, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
No worries. So I'm Alberto Fraquelli. I'm a co-founder of Brasseria.
So can you tell us more of the story behind Brasseria?
Sure. So I'm a third generation restaurant operator. My grandfather came over from Italy and he started a group called Spaghetti House.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you would have been there. There's
I
quite
know
a few
that.
scattered around London, and my cousins now operate it. And then my father set up a group called Metropolitan Restaurants with different brands. And I decided against going straight into it. I did law, became a lawyer, but then I realized it's in my blood. And I thought with my brother, let's create something new. Let's try and emulate what our grandfather did and do something that, maybe doesn't really exist. And the word brasseria has never been used, so we've managed to trademark it. It's a brand.
Because initially I thought it was French.
Or Italian.
Yeah.
People don't quite know. But at the same time, there's a familiarity. So you kind of think, I'm going to go into an environment that's like a French brasserie with an Italian twist. And that's the goal, really. We love the way my brother lived in Paris, the way that the Parisians serve. If you go to the grand brasseries in Paris, there's a certain atmosphere, warmth to it. And then we thought, let's do it, but with our Italian style, with our Italian influence. And when we opened it, the only people who were doing it were Giaconis. So they're now part of the Soho House group.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. But they were the only ones who did like a breakfast service with an Italian twist. Because Italians don't really do breakfast.
No, that's what I love about your restaurant. You have like two sections, and like in the other section, really is so homely, like breakfast. Like I would love to. That's why we came in to shoot our trailer. We were like, this is the perfect vibe, and it feels so homely.
There's a sense of warmth.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed with your employees, they're all just so happy to help.
Yeah, I think that's the family mentality. So again, that goes back to the heritage. We've got some members of the team who work for my grandfather. They're still working with my brother and I, and we just love making people feel at home. And for us, the people part is the most important part. So if we have happy staff, we have good staff, the customer's going to be happier, and that's really a key formula to success in restaurants.
They are so friendly here. Like when we came in, we were given pancakes, everything, and they even remember your name because I came back in and they're like, "Hi, Yasmine." I was like, "Wow, you remember my name."
We ordered 2 coffees, and suddenly they brought pancakes and croissants, and we were just, I've never seen anything quite like it.
Yeah, so that would have been Kate.
Yes.
Kate, she's
the
lovely.
Breakfast manager, and one of her skills is if you've been here once, doesn't matter how long until you come back, she'll remember your name, remember how you like your coffee. And those things, those touches really
Such
make
a
a
skill.
difference.
Could you do that?
I think so.
Remember everyone's name?
No, definitely not. I have this thing where I shake someone's hand and I forget their name instantly.
That is a bad thing to have.
But it's unfortunately I do. Obviously, we know hospitality is a tough business.
Yeah.
Can you share any memorable challenges you've had since starting up?
Yes, we had COVID.
Yes.
That was the biggest challenge. We had to tell our staff one day to the next that we were going to be closed, not knowing when we'd reopen.
Yeah.
But our strategy there was to say it has to pass, and people will always want to come to restaurants. So we didn't fire anyone. We stuck together. We got support from the government. As you know, there was a few schemes that helped restaurants. Some people say it wasn't enough. Some people say it was, but it helped us survive. And that, I think, was the thing that springboarded us to then go from Marylebone. So we opened Notting Hill in 2021,
Really?
right after they stopped the lockdown. So we came with a COVID bounce back. It was just crazy how people missed coming to restaurants, being served, being looked after, because otherwise, people don't want to cook. They just want to have their food made for them. They don't want to do the dishes afterwards. We do all of that for everyone. So it was.
And this is also a huge spot because
Yeah.
this used to be All Saints.
All Saints,
isn't it?
I remember.
Yeah.
So it's a funny story, that one. We were looking for sites in COVID and everyone was underbidding. So they were going to landlords and they were saying, I'm going to offer you a rent of 40% less because restaurants aren't going to work. But this landlord rightly said, this is the best spot in Notting Hill.
Yes.
You've got to pay
Stunning.
market rent, doesn't matter if there's COVID. And we agreed to that.
Yeah.
And everyone was calling us up saying, we've got this great site in Notting Hill, but there's one bid. They're fucking crazy. They're offering market rent. Sorry, I swore.
It's okay.
And it was us. And there were agents trying to sell it to us saying, you can underbid. And then a couple of months later, they said, how did you get the site? And everyone was so amazed that we had the balls to get it. And
It's a massive site. It stands out with the red outside. It's stunning.
Also, it's on Portobello Road.
I know.
Yeah, so
And it's
we've
a
got
big
the
spot.
benefit of Westbourne Grove and Portobello Road. So great footfall across the week and the weekend.
What are your future plans and goals for Brasseria? I know obviously you're opening a location in Chelsea, but where do you see it after that?
Yeah, so we still believe we're in exclusive product. So I don't want to become a chain. I don't want to open it everywhere. Every brasserie is unique as well. But one of the things about our product is it's quite local. So most of our customers are within 1 kilometre of this address, 1 kilometre of Marylebone. The same will be in Chelsea. So there's pockets of London where you have iconic neighbourhoods where I think we can hit the centre of it and we can become a part of the community, a part of the area. So I see 2 or 3 more of those pockets that we could sort of move into in the next few years. But I don't want to grow too fast and I don't want to dilute the brand. So we need to be sure that we get the best location.
One thing I think you've done here, obviously you are growing and you've got 3 locations, but there's still this family feel.
Yeah.
What is your secret to that?
I think for that, it requires a hands-on approach. So a lot of the larger groups, they set up a head office and they set up a team that's not on site that then directs down to the team below. My brother and I always are in the restaurants, around the restaurants. We don't even have a head office.
Really?
So I work in the restaurants, around the restaurants. And
That's so nice.
the team that support across the 2, soon to be 3, they have to be either on the rota operationally or in the restaurant. So I think that's a key, and that will be harder as we grow, but I think to keep that closeness and intimacy and understanding of what the customer likes, you need to be around the restaurant.
The 3 times that I've been in this restaurant, I've noticed the same people in the restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the same people that also it's dog friendly and there's so many cute dogs around the restaurant.
Yeah, so I think also, I think you've come in the mornings.
Yeah.
So I think morning is a time of day which is quite routine. So a lot of people, again, start their day. Brasseria might be part of their day. Before they go to work, they have their coffee here.
Yeah.
So if you come at that time of day in particular, you'll see lots of the same faces. So I think the thought process behind the menu, many influences. It's seeing what works in other places as well. But for us, the way we set up our menu is you have sort of 75% best hits classics, dishes that anyone who likes Italian will come and enjoy, and we have to do them well. So rigatoni alla carbonara, which is like a traditional Roman dish.
That's my favourite, yeah. Can you say that again? That was
Can you say it?
Rigatoni alla carbonara, which is the best seller here. And that's a classic, but it does really well. But then you've got to add a twist. So we do something that's not typically Italian. We do a steak tartare, which is plated on the table, so you can ask how much egg you want, anchovies, mustard, and it creates a bit of theatre. In the new restaurant, we're going to do some of Nonna, my grandma's recipes, and we're going to do a kind of risotto that will come out to share, and they'll plate it on the side.
Getting hungry.
Yeah.
You're making me hungry, Alan.
Well, soon you'll try some
soon
of our
we're going to have some of these dishes.
So I think, stick to the classics, stick to what everyone loves, and then add something that I think people can enjoy that they haven't tried before.
Well, I'm so excited to try your food, and it's honestly been incredible having you on our podcast.
It really
I
has.
feel like
Thank you for spending the time.
Well, no, your first podcast.
I know. It's our first podcast on location.
Alberto's our first guest.
And your first guest.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's only downhill from here.
No, it's like the podcast world is your industry.
Yeah.
You're very.
No, I don't think so. I'll stick to restaurants.
It was amazing having you on,
Thank you.
and we're so excited to try your food.
That was incredible to meet Alberto. I feel like we are so lucky.
That was so insightful. I've always had so many questions like that. I've always wondered those kind of questions before, so I'm really glad we got to ask him that.
Also, I think we understand how tough it is to make just anything in hospitality is so tough.
Yeah.
And it's nice to hear kind of more of the background, because we just see that different restaurants, we're so lucky to see that, but to hear it from Alberto was incredible.
He was better on the podcast than we are.
I'm
He was
terrible on the
honestly so good.
Yeah.
I was fascinated how he's whipping out all those like al carbonara.
Al carbonara.
He has chosen us the dishes because he asked us what we'd like, and we said we want you to decide, but we're still having a browse at the menu because we wanted to
Look
look
at this
anyway.
menu. Alberto did say it's a big menu. Look at it. There's so much to choose from. There's so much. Also, they do breakfast every day up
Breakfast.
till 12 p.m.
Right, the price range here, I would say it's on the high end, expensive.
Kind of, if you're looking for a
Medium.
carbonara, it's like £17. A pizza, the classic pizza, is £15. So it's semi-high range.
Seeing the food being made, so much love, and everything is made fresh on the spot. Like, it's so, you can see the love that they put in their food, and I think it's definitely worth paying a price when the food is exceptional as well.
Yeah, we will be posting a picture of the menu on our Instagram, so you guys can check it out yourselves as well.
Yeah, they've got such a lovely range. They've got meats, fishes. What I love about this restaurant is that it's like, sometimes you go to these like really high-end Italian restaurants and they have about 3 of the pasta dishes on the menu.
Yeah.
It really upsets me. It's like, I want Italian. I want to look at a menu and think, I want a pizza. Do I want a pasta? Do I want a fish pasta? Do I want a meat pasta?
There's so much to choose from, and I
They've
can't
also got
wait to try
salads.
it.
We tuck in.
I mean, I'm excited for this food. I cannot wait for it to come out.
Time for our main. So, today on the menu, we have rigatoni alla carbonara.
Oh, very good. Very good.
We've got the tagliatelle with zucchini e gamberi.
Yes.
That is with prawns and courgette. We've also got la classica pizza.
Yes.
And we have the fegato alla veneziana. Sorry, my accent.
Very good,
But
I
it's
must say.
calves liver, Venetian style, served with mashed potato. I'm not a big liver fan, but I'm excited to try this.
I'm not a big liver fan either, but it looks
delicious.
Scrumptious. All of this looks incredible.
It's honestly, the carbonara genuinely looks like the carbonara you see in Rome. And the pizza, I knew this, I must say, I thought the food was going to be good, but I am actually pleasantly surprised with how good it actually does look.
Yeah, it's all very mouthwatering, I must say. It all just looks incredibly fresh and beautiful, and I honestly cannot wait to try it. Let's go for it.
Should we tuck in?
Yeah, let's suck in.
Cheers, Sam. You try yours. Yeah? Let me try this. Wow.
Wow. It just tastes so fresh. The pasta is so perfectly
That
cooked.
is stunning, Sam. You've got to try this.
Should we swap and swap?
Let's swaps. Do you want to try swap plates with you?
Yes.
Sam loves a carbonara, so he's very
Love a
picky. How would
carbonara.
you rate
This-
this carbonara?
That for me is, I'd have to say, I know, I don't want everyone thinking that we're just very biased with our reviews,
Yeah.
but that is a solid 8.5 out of 10. That was incredible. Probably one of the best carbonaras I've had in a while.
Really?
Yeah, we went and had a carbonara the other night. Wasn't as good as that. That is stunning.
My favourite carbonara is rigatoni al carbonara. I don't like spaghetti carbonara. If you're trying to look for a place to go for a meal for a date, or you're trying to like take your girlfriend out or your boyfriend out, genuinely try Brasseria, because I genuinely think the food is so worth the price.
Yeah, this is a perfect spot. Also, for a date spot, the vibes in here, not a massive fan of the word vibes, but the vibes in here are immaculate. The food is, I'm not a massive fish pasta bloke, but I would eat this.
This is so, yeah, Sam doesn't really like fish pasta. Your carbonara is delicious.
Delicious.
I think I'm more of a fish pasta girl, so I prefer the prawn pasta. But which one would you prefer?
I love the carbonara. I'd come here again for the carbonara. And
Let's try the calves livers first.
It comes with gravy and mash, and you can see there's caramelized onions on there as well.
Is that gravy? Yeah. This honestly looks great.
Stunning. Not a liver guy, but that is Moorish, but it's
I-
eloquent, I must say.
Can I tell you guys a secret? And I didn't want to be too rude, but I actually hate liver. But I genuinely would eat that and order that. That
Also
is stunning. The
the
gravy
mash.
or the sauce that they've used, it's got like caramelized onion.
I'm a
Honestly,
sucker
it
for
could be
mash,
my
and this is
favourite
so
out of all
creamy.
three, you know, so far.
Should we try the
Let's try the
pizza, which
pizza.
is La Classic Pizza?
Let's try the pizza. Right, you take a slice.
You take a slice.
That's sweet.
Oh, wow. Pizza is like a perfect amount of flop. Do you know what I mean? When it's not too like stiff. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not too much tomato, not too much cheese. It's like a perfect balance between them both. The
It's
crust.
perfect.
The crust is. Try the crust.
I'm not a crust girl.
Do you know when sometimes you have a crust, you feel like you need a sauce with it? With these, you don't need a sauce with it. It just is perfectly balanced. And with the basil on top, the fresh basil, which you have put on top of this pizza, by the way.
Oh yeah, I take it out the oven.
It's stunning.
Choking on my pizza. Your pizza rating, go.
That's a solid 8 out of 10. That's a solid pizza.
For me, it's an 8.5 out of 10.
All right.
Carbonara.
Carbonara is 8.5, 9 out of 10. Probably one of the best carbonaras I've had in a long time. Not biased. This is stunning.
Carbonara, 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
The tagliatelle, I'd say, is 8.5 out of 10 for me.
I'm actually on that, yeah.
Great. The only reason why the 8.5, tagliatelle is not my favourite type of pasta, but I genuinely do love that. And then the calves liver, surprisingly, I think it's honestly a 9. It's
Yeah.
so good. The sauce, the onions, the potato.
The mash is so creamy. I'd have to give it. I'd probably say I'm not a liver guy, but that's a 9.
If you're also watching this, if you're listening to this, sorry, the carbonara is like, you know when you watch TikTok videos of like an authentic carbonara and you see it cream, not a scramble of egg inside. It's honestly like a silky orangey sauce. And the liver, you've got the gravy and it's honestly making me salivate when I'm
Salivate.
speaking. The
But I
prawns.
think all in
oh my
all-
god, it's so good.
All in all, the rating of Brasseria, we have to give an all in all
Right.
rating. This for me, I'd have to say is an 8.5. I think it's tip top. It's
For
up
me,
there.
Brasseria is honestly, I'd have to say, and I've been to a lot of Italian restaurants, I think Brasseria is a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
And I'm not being biased because we like the owner, because I genuinely think for the quality that you're getting for this price range is worth it. I think there's a lot of restaurants out here in London
But
which
it's also-
has this price range and does not at all tip the quality of this food.
And also, they're not just good at one thing. The food is immaculate. The vibes in here and the ambiance is just... I could stay in here all day.
Yeah.
The coffee, the breakfast, everything is just fantastic.
Fantastic.
So, Brasseria, thank you so much for having us. And I'll be definitely back for the carbonara, I can tell you that.
Right.
That was delicious. Yeah, please, what is the question of the week?
The question of the week is restaurant date disasters.
Restaurant date disaster. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I've never had a bad first date.
I've had one interesting first date, I must say.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I went on this date one time. Oh, I don't want to. Do I say it? Because I don't want him to see it.
Well, I want to know who this bloke is.
Because we still
as
follow
well.
each other on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's not actually that bad. I won't say any of his name. So we went on this date, and he asked me to come on this date. He chose the restaurant. He ordered all the food. Bear in mind, it's a really expensive restaurant. and he ordered all the drinks, ordered all the food, things that I personally probably wouldn't order because I'm not obviously, I didn't expect, obviously I'm happy to pay and stuff, but I feel like when you're choosing the place, you're ordering all the food and like I've not even seen a menu. When the bill comes, obviously I offer my side to pay and he's like, no, I'll pay. Anyway, his card gets completely declined and I had to pick up a £350 bill.
Woo!
And hey, it's not £40, a £350 bill.
Blimey, it's
I
like a
must
load.
say, is a lot
Did
of money.
he pay you back?
No, we went for dinner out again and he paid, I guess. But still, I would have happily taken out.
Also, can I just say, where the hell is this? £350 for a meal? It's extortionate.
That's what I thought. I took you out for dinner and I chose the whole menu and chose all the drinks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect you to pay. I'll pay for it.
But also, we've been out for some nice dinners.
Yeah.
I would say anything over £150 is, I think, a little bit overpriced.
Agreed. You could go on a nice little staycation.
And also, we don't ever, we've been there for one meal like that. £350. Who is this bloody baller that can't afford the dinner?
Let's not talk about it.
I see what,
really
I
hope
might
he
take a
doesn't see
leaf
this.
out of this guy's book. We're going to go for an extortionate dinner tonight, sweetie.
Hey,
and
if
my
he
card's
watches
gonna
this, maybe he
decline.
can take us both out for dinner.
Yeah. So the question is,
I just said the question, sweetheart.
dinner date disasters.
Yeah.
I also put this in my story because I wanted to see if I had any people who follow me had any interesting stories. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Someone said started beatboxing at the table. I have so many questions about this. What, did he just randomly start beatboxing? Is that his career?
Quick, can you beatbox? You look like someone who could. All right.
Can you do it now? That's so embarrassing.
And I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Sorry.
Temps and I did those embarrassing X Factor videos once and he posted them all on his socials. The thing is, if I do videos with Temps, I have to be so careful because he will just post them on his TikTok.
I've got one from Lou. When I was 19, I faced it on the first date and only date and landed face first in my soup. Great first impression.
Sorry, you fell over and your face landed...
Hot
was it-
soup must be for the
That's
eyes.
awful.
Can't be good for the skin.
Are you okay?
This girl or boy must have been horrified.
Well, I hope that the food was cold in the restaurant.
Also, think about the splashback. Your face in there, the splash. It must
What
be
did
such a
you
mess.
do after? Because I really want to know what happened after. Like, was it tomato soup? What soup was it?
What would you do after?
I think I'd be like, gosh, a bit clumsy, you know? Was it a first date?
Clums. It is a first date and it was the only date.
Do you know what? I think that is a lovely story. Imagine if they get together and like have kids and get married, and then their wedding day, they can kind of just read out and be like, our first date, you know, what's her name? Lou. Lou tripped over and fell in her soup, and that's where the love began.
I know. I have to say, it's something that maybe could happen to one of us.
This is something that would happen to one of us.
It is. It is. We are, Yasmine and I, a little bit clumsy.
What was our first date together?
Our first date, controversial.
The ranch.
The first date was probably the ranch.
In Corsica.
In Corsica.
God, it's awful.
I will not be returning to Corsica ever, actually. I've been thinking about it. Never again.
No, nor will I.
I've got one here, which is quite interesting. Pretty much every made in Chelsea
It's a
dinner
disaster.
party. Disaster.
That is so true.
There's something about a made in Chelsea dinner party which I just find quite Moorish.
You know, let's be honest, you know when there's a dinner party with our group of friends, it's never going to be a nice dinner party.
The thing is, they always start so pleasant, but by the end of the evening, it just seems to go
Absolutely west.
absolutely west.
But think about it. Imagine all of us at dinner table together and we're just like, how are you? Lovely food. Everyone will be like, turn that boring thing off.
Yeah, it's true. There is just always so much going on in this group. The worst one I've ever been to, I'd have to say, is Corsica.
That is the worst dinner party I have ever seen.
Can I just say, I went back to my bedroom and I laid on the floor and did ceiling patrol for at least half an hour because I was so I didn't know what just happened. It was wild.
The anxiety that I had that day, honestly, was just awful. We should talk about this on an episode.
We should,
We'll
but
go
I
more
think-
into detail about that. So we'll save that for another time.
I've got one here, another one.
Yeah?
Climbed out of the bathroom window, fell into a communal rubbish bag area, and then I cycled home.
That was just so much. That was too much. How's that all
It
happened?
must have been a terrible bloke. I think it sounds like a first date.
Oh, she was trying to run away.
Yeah, I think just getting out of there.
God, could you not have just run out the door of the restaurant?
Brasseria,
Honestly.
thank you so much for having us. Alberto, it's a pleasure to finally properly meet you and talk about your beautiful restaurants. It's incredible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brasseria, for having us. And I really enjoyed filming this with you. I honestly really didn't like you at the beginning of this podcast. And I finished this podcast and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm eaten. I think we were a bit hangry as well.
Hungry.
I'm
And
hangry.
I want to
and-
say thank you to my lovely wife, girlfriend.
Oh,
You look beautiful today.
thanks.
And this has
you
been...
look really nice as well, I have to
been
say.
a
I like
pleasure.
this. This is your colour. I've always said to you, it suits your eyes.
You look stunning. Thank you.
Thank you.
And also thank you to all your listeners. Please go, am I a YouTuber now? Subscribe, check out our Spotify, check out our new reviews we've got up this week. We
Listen.
appreciate all the followers and all the support. Honestly means the world. Me and Yasmine call each other all the time. So can you believe all these people that are following us? It's incredible.
I know,
So thank you so much.
See you
Thank
next
Ben.
week.